Hi and welcome along to Transfer Daily, the show that takes a look at players that have been linked with a January transfer move to the Arsenal. And, well, the transfer window, there are only a couple of days left. It's going to slam shut on Monday at 11 o'clock. And it seems like Arsenal may have got all their business done. If you see the comments from Arsene Wenger yesterday at his press conference, he said, I quote, that unless I wake up, he said, and there's an exceptional player stood at my door, that's it. The business is done. We're not going to be buying nobody else. He said he's happy with Gabriel Paulista in there. Bielek, he's brought in the young kids who can play as a defensive midfielder. And generally, you know, lots of players coming back. Jack Wilshere's back in training. Welbeck's back in training. So he's quite happy with the squad and with how the squad is looking for the rest of the season. But who could be that exceptional player that could be stood at his door come Monday that maybe may sway him? Well, let's take a look at some of the rumours that have been flying all over the place today and see if any of these may fit the bill. First player who could be stood at his door is Marco Reus. Now, every Arsenal fan, it's been going on forever, this one. We do know that Arsenal apparently tried to buy him last season. They were going to move for Marco Reus. They had the bid all lined up, etc. And then he went and got injured. And that's another thing, actually. He's seems to be a very injury-prone player who picks up quite a lot of injuries. He's had a lot of injuries recently. Hardly even played much this season for Dortmund. But there's a lot of papers today, again, putting in that link with Arsenal and Marco Reus. Bayern Munich, who was said to be one of the front runners to buy him, have apparently said that they're not interested at all in bringing Reus to Munich. Real Madrid, who many people have said that they've got like an agreement in place to bring Reus to the Bernabeu. Well, they've apparently called they're interested in. They've got a whole host of players. Remember, they've got James Rodriguez, they've got Bale, they've got Ronaldo, they've got Isco, they've got so many players. So apparently they've sort of called they're interested in him. Chelsea, who were interested, now they've gone out and bought Cuadrado, so they probably won't move for him. So it does sort of leave it down to Arsenal, Manchester City, who, you know, financial fair play is probably going to knock them out of it. And so probably Arsenal and Manchester United as the two front runners to try and sign Reus. Be very, very doubtful for this to happen in January. We know the position that Dortmund are in. They're in trouble near the bottom of the Bundesliga. But certainly in the summer, Reus is going to become available, and Arsenal may be looking to bring him as that player of exceptional quality. But I doubt, as many of the papers are speculating, that it's going to happen this January. Unless Arsenal put in a stupid money bid. And for a player that's been injured for so long this season, I really can't see that happening. The other player that we spoke about, this player yesterday, again, it's all over the place that Arsenal may bid for him, and that is Mario Mandzukic. Star player for Atletico Madrid. They only just signed him this season. And I'm sorry, I find this link ridiculous, to be honest. Yes, they've bought in Fernando Torres. Yes, Fernando Torres has come in, and in those cup games against Real Madrid, he scored goals. He's looked pretty sharp. Looks like they're getting him back to his best. But Mario Mandzukic is the main man there. They're flying high in the league. I think it's in third place, only a few points behind Barcelona and Real Madrid. They're still in the Champions League. Why would they want to sell him? I think it's a ridiculous rumour. Was started by a very sort of dodgy source as well over there in Spain. And I think he will not be one of the players that will be stood at Arsene Wenger's door come Monday. You know, if you pick up the papers today and you go on social media, you will see this rumour all over the place. But I'm sorry, do not get your hopes up. Mario Mandzukic, I think, is extremely doubtful that you'll see him anywhere near Arsene Wenger's tour come Monday. A player that has been linked again for a very long time is Morgan Schneiderlin. We're reading today that Arsenal apparently readying a £15 million bid for Morgan Schneiderlin. First of all, to me, that's not enough. They're going to want way, way more than that. I still think Southampton will probably be chasing about 20 million plus. And that's why, again, I can't see this deal taking place between now and Monday. This is too big a deal to happen in just that short space of time. Southampton as well, I know they've sold Jack Cork. They're not going to leave themselves overlight in that position, not when they've still got a chance of making it into the Champions League. Could you imagine how much money that would be worth for a club like Southampton? To get into the Champions League would be absolutely exceptional for them. Again, they're not going to let him go before now and Monday, but this definitely is one that I can see happening in the summer. Could the man, the exceptional player at the door, be Paulo Dybala? Paulo Dybala, who's been, getting a lot of people excited on this transfer window, been one of the most talked about names. He's only 21 years of age, plays for Palermo over there in Italy. And his president the other day said that, we're trying to sign him up to a new contract, but the vultures, he said, are circling. And we know that Arsenal have been looking very hard at this player. They're very interested in him. His contract's up in 2016, so he hasn't got long left to run on that contract. He's been described as the new Sergio Aguero. He's Argentinian, by the way, and cost would be about 31 million is what Palermo are saying. I don't think they'll get as much as that, but there are big clubs in for him. PSG, for instance, are in for him. A lot of the other clubs are looking at him. Will Arsenal move for him? Again, can't see it happening before the end of the window. But this is another player that has been linked with a move to Arsenal and a possibility of maybe coming in. So those are some exceptional players. But for some reason, I can't see any of them turning up on Arsene Wenger's doorstep by Monday. I mean, there's a couple other players to tell you about. Cheick Tiote, who at the start of the window, we were being told that Arsenal were chasing. We were looking for that defensive midfielder position. That was like the top priority. Cheick Tiote now, we've been told it was offered to Arsenal for £12 million, but Arsenal said no. They changed that, they're not really interested in Cheick Tiote. So Tiote is definitely not going to be joining Arsenal. And one of the main reasons Cheick Tiote is not going to be joining Arsenal is because, of course, the form of Francis Coquelin. He's been like a revelation. He's come in, and the games that he's played for Arsenal, past 5 games, have been absolutely brilliant. He's really come in and taken control of that defensive midfielder position. And of course, he was a player. We've been told his contract runs out at the end of the season. He was sort of a last chance saloon, and he's proved himself. And Arsene Wenger saying yesterday in his press conference that he's 99% sure that Francis Coquelin will be signing a new contract. So Francis Coquelin not going anywhere, will be signing a new deal, and looks to have solved in the short term anyway the defensive midfielder problems for Arsenal, which means that at the moment they don't really need to go out there and try and bring in a Tiote or panic buy and bring in somebody just to fill the position. They can wait until the summer before they look again at that position. And finally, just to tell you about the player that has signed for us, what we all know, Gabriel Paulista, or Gabriel, as it seems to be going to be his name that everybody will be calling him. He was training with Arsenal yesterday, looking good, looking sharp. Wenger's chatting a lot of good things about him. Can't actually speak a word of English, Wenger said, and they've had to be teaching him some words of communication, letting him know about, when people say offside and watching the ref, etc. But Paulista is in the squad for the Aston Villa game tomorrow, so we may get, extremely unlikely that he'll start in the game, but we may get a sneak preview of Paulista and what he's made of. So looking forward to seeing Paul Easter playing tomorrow at Aston Villa. It seems weird that Arsenal have gone out there, gone against everything we normally do, getting our transfer business done early. It's just so strange. But it's good as well. It's a good thing. But listen, we're still going to be down there on Monday. Just in case there is that exceptional player on the door, we will be down there at the ground. We'll be taking interviews. We'll be finding out if anybody has come in. So look out for us down there at the Emirates on Monday. Also, we're going to be down there at the ground tomorrow for Arsenal versus Aston Villa. So come and have a chat with us after the game. Tell us what you think. Hoping for a big 3 points for us to keep that momentum going from that Manchester City game. And now with the new signings, a little bit of a buzz around the place as well. So that's been really good as well. Will Arsenal make any more signings? That's what I want to find out from you guys. And if so, who do you think Arsenal should go out there and get? There's a couple of days left. Here's my question for you guys now. I want you to leave it in the comments below. I'll read out the best ones tomorrow. Who should Arsenal at this late stage go out and make either a cheeky bid for or a big bid for and bring into the club that will strengthen our squad no end and see us kick on and finish high up the league and possibly, make us win the FA Cup, etc. Who do you think we should get? Leave it in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching Arsenal Fan TV today and the Transfer Daily.